Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon Build series video. Now today we have Hitmonchan, who is also a fighting type and also an exclusive male type. Now with some of the types where it's like, oh yeah, this one's just a male, usually it does have a female counterpart, so like Nidoran, like Nidoking, Nidoqueen, that's an exclusively male, also exclusively female Pokemon, but there is the male set and then there is the female set, whereas the Hitmonchan set, the Hitmonchan, I think I don't know, it's a Pokemon that comes later. That's actually the original version of this Pokemon. Um, you're really testing my Pokemon knowledge here. It comes from Tyrogue. So Tyrogue can evolve into Hitmonchan, and one other one. I can't remember what the last one is. But yeah, it's a very, I don't know, it's a very interesting thing. I wonder, I don't know if there's any female versions out there, whether only the female version, but if you do know Pokemon better than I do, definitely let me know down below. Also, I will be obviously getting to them if there are, because I will be working my way through the Pokemon, but yeah, at the moment I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But yeah, this Pokemon looks kind of like if Groot and a human had a baby. That kind of looks like that. So it's a humanoid shape in the sense of, you know, arms, legs, head, body. But the head kind of looks like Groot. And the body kind of looks like, I don't know, it actually kind of looks like a woman's dress. You know, like it looks like, I don't know, like the skirts that women wear when they play tennis. And then, yeah, like a little belt. But it also kind of looks like it's wearing shoulder pads, but that might also be a part of it. And it also does look like it's wearing white loafers, but it is also wearing boxing gloves. So I thought, you know, why not build a fancy boxing home for a fancy boxer? So that's what I end up doing. It is a very, very, very fancy home. And I had to use a lot of tool and better build by for this. I needed deletion protection, which if you have never used it before, it means that, you know, when you like, you know, use a wallpaper on a wall and then suddenly like a door from like 3 rooms down randomly disappears, it stops that from happening. So nothing can be deleted from the game when it's on. But you just can't have it on for very long. I'm not too sure why, but I just listened and followed the rules. So you will see me continually turning it on again and again and again, because I continually need it thanks to these doors that I'm putting in. Not these specific ones, but I do copy them and put them elsewhere as well, and one of those doors kept disappearing, so I had to keep undoing and then redoing what I did with deletion protection on. And honestly, yeah, it saves me so much time and frustration. And I probably should have just put the door on at the end, to be honest, because the doors that you're looking at now, that I've got at those angles, they never disappear. Not once do they disappear. So I think, yeah, I probably should have just left the other 2 doors till the very last minute. But I did not. So yeah, if you're ever having that problem, I believe deletion protection is a part of better build by, but if you can't have mods or don't want mods, yeah, just do whatever you did at the last minute, because it's just easier. It's just way easier. And what I did can be done with just move objects, basically, because all I did was put a wall on a diagonal, put the door on the wall, then delete the wall by undrawing it. Don't delete the wall because it'll delete the door as well. You need to undraw it. And then, yeah, you can place it really finely if you're careful enough. And yeah, you can do that without any mods involved. But to make my life easier, I do use mods, and I can use mods, so I definitely, I mean, I use Better Build By and Tool for sure, absolutely. I actually have it down in the description of my video underneath all the packs that says may use these 2, and it links to the Twisted Mexie's websites for them, for the particular mods. I do believe they're linked to outdated versions, so I do think I have to go and link to his actual just website so you guys can find it through there. But yeah, it's honestly, these mods are definitely something that are the best, in my opinion. I really, really, really love them. So yeah, if you are interested in build mods, those are the 2 build mods I use. And the best thing about them is they have 0 effect on how you can download it. Like, if you have move objects on, you can download it and you'll be fine. You'll still be able to use it. And that's what I love about these mods, is because, yeah, they don't actually exclude anyone from being able to do anything. You guys can still absolutely use these builds. It's just, yeah, like a fun little helping tool for me, I guess, to make my builds a bit better. And yeah, I don't know, I really, really am very appreciative of it. And yeah, if you guys use it as well, I'm sure you guys feel the same sort of way. And to those of you who can't use mods, I wish mods could be used for everybody, and that they weren't like, you know, like for, I guess, consoles, it's extremely difficult to make it work, but I'm sure there's a way to make it work. And then for people whose computers might not be the most capable of running these mods, I really would love for you guys to be able to have these mods. Like, I love them. I think they're brilliant, and they make, I think they should honestly be a part of the game. I'm not gonna lie, I think they should be a part of the game. I think being able to turn on deletion protection, to be able to rotate things on a fine axis, I think, yeah, that's just, it would be brilliant if that could happen. And that way everyone can have it. And I think Twisted Mexi should absolutely be compensated for making the game so much better. I mean, look, again, don't get me wrong, I do love the game. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I just think there are certain things that could potentially be done to improve it. And yeah, definitely taking modders into account. Definitely, yes, I recommend for sure. And yeah, it's the same with like CC creators. I love that there are CC creators out there who are now being able to make packs. I think that's so wonderful, because it means that those of you who don't have CC can get CC, and it's officially a part of the game. And if you build it and anyone else has this stuff, like I love it. I think it's brilliant. I do understand some people are a little bit frustrated with how many kits are coming out, and I think it would be cool to maybe do like a couple of packs with some creators. But you know, I'm still very, very grateful for what we do have. I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, yes, absolutely, there could be improvements, there could be things that are done better, but they also could have done things a whole lot worse than what they actually did. So yeah, I don't know, I'm very, very grateful. I do see things in a more positive light usually. I definitely try to, at least. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful for the improvements that are being made to this game, and such as. And you know, the interactions with modders and CC creators and things like that, and incorporating it all together, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's absolutely amazing. So yeah. If you use CC or mods, let me know down below who's your favorite CC or mod creator. Because Twisted Mexi by far is absolutely my favorite. Don't get me wrong, I love CC. I do use CC a little bit, not in this series. This series is completely Sims stuff, EA stuff. But yeah, I for the A to Z challenge, I do use CC, and I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's wonderful. I think it's amazing. And yeah, I wish I could support all of the CC creators out there, every single one of you, because you guys make such beautiful things. And same with modders, like, you guys make such beautiful things. I know there are modders out there who do some things that are questionable and a bit weird and odd and whatnot. But yeah, to those of you who make, you know, game quality improvements, or you know, beautiful objects and things like that, absolutely. You have 100% my support. Because yeah, I mean, even to those of you who make CC that is like dirty, grungy, filthy, like, you know, yeah, just like a grungy, dirty bar, like that is absolutely my thing. Like, please do that more. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's amazing. I think how filthy and gross it is, it just makes my day. So, yeah, if you're a CC creator who makes any sort of CC, really, I've never really heard people have issues with CC creators in terms of the items they're making. So yeah, I CC good. Obviously the CC creators who steal from other people aren't fantastic, but I've never really come across anyone like that, which is again fantastic. I mean, I feel like no matter what community you're in, there's a chance for somebody to ruin it, to mess it up, to do the wrong thing, but I feel like I've never come across those people. And I love that. I love that about the Sims community, is that there's just so many of us that I rarely see the people who make it bad, I guess. And I love that. I love that. And you know, I when I'm not saying like people who make it bad, if you have an opinion of like Sims did this bad or EA did this bad, you're entitled to have that opinion, and you know what, there are some things out there I absolutely agree with. But it's more like the people who are just very aggressive and angry about everything, no matter what it is. And you know, there could be good things like, okay, here's a bug fix, but they're like, you know, the game should be bug free, and it's like, that's, I don't think there's a single game out there that's bug free, like not a single one I can think of. But those people I've never come across, where they just expect absolute perfection and are angry when there's not perfection. So yeah, again, if you are somebody who has, okay, these are issues here and I'd like them to be talked about, absolutely. No issue with that. You are more than welcome to express such feelings. Because I feel the same way sometimes, you know? I feel sometimes, yes, there are definitely things that need to be addressed. And if we talk about them, then we can fix them up and whatnot. But yeah, it's I do like to focus on positive more often than not. And I do see the Sims team working really hard. I think the Sims team, they're trying their best, but because of I've talked about this before, upper management, perhaps things aren't going the way they think they should, and it's stressful, and they're trying their best. So yeah, I definitely, if you're a part of the Sims team and you're working hard and you feel passionate, I never have an issue with you. You are fantastic and amazing, and I appreciate you to the end of the days. So yeah, please be aware I'm not talking about you. So yeah, I don't know, it's definitely, I don't think I could ever get into the gaming industry, because yeah, it's super stressful, and I can understand why people are, yeah, like I get it. But anyway, I probably should talk about the build. Hey, so I decided to do a build with one bedroom, actually there's 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, a dining, an office space, technically a walk-in closet area, that's also technically in the bathroom, and then a gym and a garage. I say garage, it's just an undercover car park spot. Because yeah, when I build for the sake of, like, I want it to look pretty, I want it to look nice, I want it to feel nice, so that's kind of what I do, is I just build for the fun of it, and sometimes it's not functional. But I feel like this build is pretty functional. When you have the roof up, you won't actually be able to see the kitchen and the bedroom area, because of the archways and how I shrunk them down. But the house should be usable. I do believe you can still walk through those archways. I have not playtested it, so if you can't, I do apologise. Technically, then there's no way to actually get in the house. And if that's the case, if you do end up downloading it, please let me know so I can upload a version where there is a functional door, or I will just remove those doors and leave an open archway, like leave an opening so you can just walk through that opening, for both the bedroom and the kitchen, so you have 2 entries into the house. But But yeah, if you have Tool, you also can draw the little grouping box around that empty spot where there looks like there's no wardrobes, no doorways or archways or anything, and you can delete the items that are in there, and it should work then. But I do think it is workable. I think the archways should definitely be workable. I say that, but I'm not a game player, so I have no idea. But yeah, I wanted it to be a really fancy boxer's house because the Hitmonchan kind of does look a little bit fancy. Like a very serious boxer who is top of their game, very focused, very serious about it. And yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to have lots of fun with it, you know? I wanted it to feel very, I don't know, like, yeah, just fun, adventurous. Like, they've worked really, really hard, and they've got this really nice place. And you know what? I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I did end up Googling, I think it was Asian-inspired mansion. And one of the pictures, you can kind of see it's looking into the bedroom, and then the rest of the house is to the right, which is kind of what I've done here. But I kind of make up most of it as we go along. The pools I put in are... They're ponds in the photo, but I turned them into pools. I put some rocks and stuff around it. The bathroom and all of that sort of stuff, again, I kind of guessed that all and made it up. The kitchen and dining area, actually there's technically not a dining area, the kitchen and lounge area, you know, it's all stuff that I kind of just, I don't want to say made up, but yeah, I made up. So yeah, it's inspired by that photo, but I had a lot of fun playing around with it, messing around with it, trying different things. As you saw just before, I tried putting mirrors on the ceiling, and it just didn't feel right. I've seen it done in some builds, and it looks phenomenal in those builds, but yeah, this one was not it, so I decided to remove that idea. But I don't know, I don't know about you guys, but have you ever built something where you're like, I've been building for a while and I've just been feeling off with a lot of these builds, and then you build something and you're like, where has this been the entire time? This is exactly what I've been meaning to build, like this sort of level of detail and care, and oh my goodness, like what have I been doing? So yeah, I'm very, very happy and impressed with this build, and I don't like tooting my own horn. It does feel a bit odd to do that, but I'm also trying to learn to be proud of myself and, you know, work with those feelings rather than against them, because, you know, I could sit here and be like, oh, I could have done this, I should have done that, I point out all my flaws, but I don't know, this build has more good than bad, so I think I'm going to focus on the more good. You know, maybe the landscaping could have been worked on or whatever, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I know I'm not great at landscaping, so at the end of the day, am I gonna you know, worry about that? Not really. I'm gonna focus on the fact that I did some really good things in other places, and I'm really proud of how it turned out, especially seeing though I only had one photo of one angle of the house, and I just made it up from there. Like the rest of it, I kind of was like, I don't know, I feel like this house would have this. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below, have you had builds like that where you have like been building for a while and then you're like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, and then you come across a build and you're like, where did that come from? That was brilliant, that was amazing. Because yeah, I don't know, I feel like this kind of style of build, it's not like easy for me to do, but it's a lot easier than some other styles that I've been trying to do, and it just feels right, you know? It feels right. So yeah, maybe I need to lean into this sort of style a little bit more, because it's so bougie, and I mean, I don't think I am bougie by any standards, but I love to build like this. I don't know, it feels so clean and so pretty, and I think I would love to maybe holiday in a place like this. I'm still not quite sure on the exact style of home I would want to live in, but I do like the idea of lots of wood around and neutral tones and soft and clean and I definitely 100% want something that's not cluttered. I don't like the idea of clutter everywhere. I just, I don't know, I think because I'm a little all over the place, sometimes there's always just clutter everywhere, and I don't want that. I want somewhere, I want everywhere to have a place, everything to have a place, and it just to be tidy and clean and calming. And I think that's my problem, is that, yeah, there's just, like, clutter everywhere, and I can see it. Like, my desk doesn't have cupboard doors, it's just got open shelving, and I can see all the stuff that's on it, and it's awfully distracting. I find the days where I can kind of push all the stuff back from the edge of the shelves, so that's kind of out of sight, out of mind, I do feel a lot better. But the other problem is, when I walk in and out of the room, like, I can see the stuff. There's no hiding it. So yeah, I definitely think I need a less cluttered space. I don't know, I do really appreciate the clean... I don't want to say minimalistic. I don't think I want minimalistic, but I definitely don't want... I don't know, like, when you go to, like, cottages and stuff like that, you expect there to be a lot of things going on, there's, like, wallpaper, and there's the wooden boards at the bottom of the wallpaper, and, there's lots of wood and coloured furniture and knitting, and, like, yes, I'm pulling out a lot of stereotypes here, but there's just a lot going on, and I think my little pea brain needs a quiet moment. I think it needs just a little bit of silence, a little bit of blank, and my brain can, like, it takes that as a moment to rest and relax, whereas it's not being, like, bombarded by a million things that are around. So yeah, I don't know, it's definitely frustrating, annoying, whatever, but at the same time, everything I need is right there. I don't have to go searching for it. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, do I want to hide it all away and have to go searching for it, or do I want to not have to go searching for it, Do I want it just to be ease of access? But that's something I guess I can figure out as I go along and eventually get my own place. Because yeah, at the moment I do live with a bunch of other people, and yes, I could completely happily organize my space to be the way I want it to be, but then I would have to be, like, I still have to look at all the other stuff that the other people have in this house. And yeah, that's just not quite... I don't want to inconvenience other people, I don't want them to have to adjust to what I want, because this is also their space, and, the communal space, it's fairly tidy, I would say. Like, it's the floors are definitely 100% walkable. There might be a pair of shoes here or a guitar case there, but it's like against the wall, out of the way. Like, there might be a letter for someone on the coffee table, or something like that, but it's really not that bad, so yeah, I don't know, it's definitely interesting to, yeah, live with other people, and other people who have different styles as well. I think that's one thing that's, like, we all have different styles and ways of living, and it can be hard. It can be really hard to live with other people. So yeah, I definitely am excited to kind of get my own sort of space to make my own. And I do think I would love to have more of these light wood tones and clear spaces. I think it would just be very relaxing. And I don't know, I'm the sort of person, like, when I get in the shower, it's just the shower and my cleaning products and me, and my brain can just explore and not be distracted by what's around me. And I love that. Like, my bathroom is such a clean, tidy, simple space. I don't have an over-the-top bathroom. I mean, some people do, and that's really fun and exciting to see these weird and wacky bathrooms, and some people really enjoy that, and if you do, absolutely, you go, girl. It's just, yeah, for me, I feel it needs to be a simple, calming space, because, yeah, I do kind of zone out and just think about anything and everything, and it lets my brain kind of just go off on a little adventure and not have to worry about anything, and I enjoy it. I think it's good, so I think I need more of that in my life. It's just a bit more space and relaxation, and not having to worry about seeing all this clutter around, seeing all this stuff, and 90% of the problem I have is my stuff. It's me, it's my problem, you know, I've got a hat on my desk. I've got a laptop. It's not even my laptop, but I borrowed one of my roommate's laptop, and there's a laptop there, and there's a mug of half drunk cold tea, and there's also still some Easter chocolate that I have pulled out to snack on. And it's just like there's so much. I could easily tidy this up, reorganize it, fix it all up, and I don't, because I don't know, I just focus on what I'm doing, and I feel like every 10 seconds, like, I do clean up and put things away, and then I turn around and I've got something else out. And it's yeah, I'd say 90% my fault. I mean, I do share an office space with one of my roommates, and they are a clutter bug. They like to clutter things and have clutter around, and that makes them happy. And, you know, that, like, who am I to disagree with what makes them happy? And it's all useful stuff as well. It's not like they're collecting rubbish or, you know, dishes or anything like that. It's stuff that they use pretty much every day. So, you know, like, for them, it's an inconvenience to put it away, get it out again. And I get that. I get that it can be an inconvenience, but I don't like seeing it. So yeah, I think one thing we talked about a little while ago was getting a divider so that it kind of divided the space a little bit better. The one thing we were worried about though was the lighting in the room being really, really dark, but with the way things are set up, I reckon we could do it and it'd be fine. And it does mean that I can not see the clutter. It also does mean, because the divider that we're looking at is also like a pin board, and that does mean I can pin up some of my whiteboards, which I've been wanting to do for ages, so that yeah, I can see it and I can use it, and yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I do just worry about making the room a little tighter, because it is a small room. I think it's the smallest room in the house, and yeah, we decided to. Well, I say we decided to. We said we would take whatever's last. Like, it's the roommates suggested that we could use one of the rooms as an office, and we're like, absolutely, we would love to do that. But we'll pick last. Oh, I say pick last. We'll just have whatever's room left over, so that yeah, the people who want to use the room, like, you know, the rest of them are bedrooms. So, you know, like, I'm not gonna be like, actually, I don't want you to have that bedroom. I want to use it. Like, no, like, this is someone's bedroom. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it. So, yeah, like, it's pretty good. I enjoy it. I don't know. It's a good little space. I am very grateful for it. And I think it's, yeah, maybe I just have too much junk. I do go through and do seasonal decluttering, where I will collect things where I've gone, okay, I haven't used this, touched it, thought about it or anything for X amount of time. Clearly this is something I need to donate somewhere. Same with clothes. I did that a while back, so much so to the point where I don't have many clothes anymore, because I don't honestly wear many clothes. I wear like the same 10 outfits, and you know, with doing washing once a week, I can wear those 10 outfits and still have them clean for the next time to wear them again. I mean, I have, I say 10 home outfits, and then I've got a couple of nice things to go out in as well. I don't know, I'm the sort of person who, like, I've got a couple of nice pair of pants, a couple of nice shirts, now 3 pairs of nice shoes. I was originally 2, but now 3, because I got some for the wedding, and they are shoes that I can wear on a day-to-day. And yeah, I don't know, it's just like, it's nice. I just mix and match, and it's good, and it works. And a lot of these clothes I've had for ages as well. Like, some of the clothes I got rid of, I had since, I don't know, like maybe 10 years. So yeah, like, it was like, I don't wear any, and maybe I should let these things go. So yeah, maybe I'm due for another decluttering and donating. Which I do thoroughly enjoy doing those things. I do thoroughly enjoy, I don't know, it just feels like I'm letting go of a lot of things that, like, why am I holding on to these things? You know, I've got, like, a huge collection of teddy bears, and I'm still going to keep a bunch of them, but majority of them I don't really use, or, you know, display or anything like that. So it's like, why keep them? So yeah, I think I'm gonna go through and donate a bunch of them. Because I'm sure there are people out there who need them more than I do. So yeah, definitely gonna go through and do that. There are a few that, like, there's a couple that I've had since, like, I was a baby, and I want to pass them on to, if I ever have kids, you know, pass them on to those kids. So I'm not going to get rid of those ones, but there are some that are like, oh, like, I don't even know where I got this from, and I don't even remember who gave this to me, so maybe, yeah, maybe I'll pass those ones on. And I feel like by, yeah, like, getting rid of some things and donating them, that I'll be able to have more space to put more things away. Not to say I have a lot of stuff out, but yeah, like, I could definitely reorganize. For example, like, my cupboard. I have obviously my clothes in my cupboard, but I have, yeah, bags of stuffed teddies that I am supposed to go through and get rid of, and I have some boxes at the bottom that I probably should go through and reorganize. But if I do that, that means I could take the boxes from the floor and put them in the top, and then I could take my shoes from on the little shoe rack that's beside my dresser and put it in the cupboard. And it just creates a little bit more space, you know, things out of the way, not being looked at, not being seen, but also still tidy, you know, my shoes are still on the shoe rack, but they're hidden a little bit better. Or maybe I could put my dirty clothes basket in there, or I don't know, like, I could just tidy a few things if I did that. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely something I should get down and do soon. Because yeah, I don't know, this morning I woke up and I felt very productive, and then yeah, just it all went out the window about 20 minutes after I actually started being productive. So yeah, look, I'm gonna try and stay focused and productive today, and yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I will be streaming today, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be head down, bum up streaming and getting a lot of these builds done, because I'm kind of running out of time before the jury duty starts. And yeah, I just need to get these things out of the way and not deal with them anymore, because I just need to be focused, you know? But yeah, anyway, that's probably enough rambling and ranting about reorganizing my cupboards. Yeah, with this build, you can see I'm doing a little underground gym area. So like I said, the dude who lives here is a boxer. He is very famous, apparently, so that's why he's able to afford a very nice place. And yeah, he trains down here, out of sight of everyone. If you are putting this build in the same lot in the For Rent world, what's that one called? Tomarang? You will see that the houses across the road are tall, so they can kind of see down into the build. I did kind of want this build to be sort of in the middle of nowhere, but I wanted it to be in either Mount Kamarebi or Tomarang. And Tomarang feels so much right, like so much better. It feels like a build that would be here, and I'm very happy that I chose this world. I was just hoping maybe there would be a lot where it's a little bit more hidden and exclusive, away from everybody, that was nice and big. And yeah, this is kind of the one we ended up with. So, you know, yeah, yes, the neighbors can kind of see you across the road, but if it was more secluded the way I wanted it to be, like maybe there wasn't 2-story buildings, 3-story buildings across the road, then yeah, that would be perfect for what I thought this build would be. It's just, yeah, still very exclusive, still very hidden away, very fancy and bougie, and yeah, I don't know, it was really fun to try and get this build done. Also, I do spend basically the rest of the time doing landscaping, so I do spend quite a lot of time on the landscaping here, which I'm pretty happy about. I think it's a good thing when I spend a lot of time landscaping, because it means that, yeah, there's a lot of effort and energy that has gone into it, compared to the times where I just do like a small amount here and there, and it just does not feel like enough. I don't know, I feel like I'm very harsh against myself with landscaping because I'm so unconfident with it. And, you know, I've talked about this on stream, and people are like, what are you talking about? Like, the landscaping looks good. I'm like, yeah, now. Because I've spent so long worrying about it, and I'm sure there are other parts of the build that I'm neglecting because I'm so focused on the landscaping. But yeah, I do try and be better with my landscaping and put more effort in and think about it a bit harder. So yeah, if you've got any tips or tricks down below as to how to improve landscaping, please let me know. I would absolutely love to get some of that feedback from you guys, because I'm still not confident with it. I still only use the world I'm in. I use that pack's landscaping because I know it goes together. Like, I can see it in the world around me, it matches, it works together, and so I do it. But I do want to get more confident with being able to mix and match plants and things like that together a bit more. I have done that in some builds where I'll use base game as well, or I'll use another similar pack. But yeah, I just want to get to the point where I don't have to think about it, and I want to be really, really good at it. But I'm not quite there yet, so yeah, I don't know. It's definitely interesting and curious to, you know, like, I do struggle with it a little bit, but I also feel like people might look at it and be like, why are you worried? Like, it looks fine. And I feel like we're a lot of us are like that with our own things. Like, we're so worried about, like, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right, I'm so unsure, and like, what do I do, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, like, maybe at the end of the day it's not that bad. Maybe I'm just being really harsh against myself. So I don't know. It's I'll say there's definitely improvement. I'm not going to be like, it's still horrible and bad and rah rah rah. Like, there's definitely improvement. But is it enough? That's my question. Is like, have I done enough to actually qualify saying I'm now decent at it? You know? I don't know. I definitely feel like I'm 100% harsh on myself, because, you know, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, this isn't that terrible. It's alright. It's fine. At the end of the day, it's fine. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna... I can't even nitpick it because I don't know what would make it look better. And that's my problem, is I don't know what looks good. I don't know how to make it look good. I just know I see other people building and it looks fantastic. So yeah, look, I still working on it, still trying, but definitely, yeah, please give me some constructive feedback down below. Let me know what I did wrong, and what you would have done instead, or what you would have added or taken away, or anything like that. I intentionally used the red hedges instead of the green, because I saw the rest of the build, the rest of the plant life was all very green, and I wanted some colour to it, and I thought, well, I mean, if I add the red hedges instead of the green, then maybe it'll give it enough separation that, like, yes, it's very green, but there's some red in there too. There's some differences and some fun, and yeah, I'm just hoping that that's enough to be good and different enough, I guess. Also, on a slight side tangent, because I put those plants there, the way I took the shorts, the recording for the short, I had to go through that plant, but also because of the fact that the archways, when you have the roof up, you can't see into those rooms, I had to record it twice. So one with the roof up, and one with the roof down, so that I could kind of overlay them. So if you do check out the short, you can probably see there is a bit of glitching going on, but that's because I had 4 videos, 3 of them being the one with the roof up, and the one being the roof down, overlaid over the top of each other, because the bottom bit needed to have the roof section because the reflection in the pool has the roof. The middle section needed to have the without the roof bit. And then I needed 2 on the top because the angle at which the roof was a little bit diagonal, so I had to put 2 videos to kind of lower one down so that you could see the roof, but have the other one higher so that you could see the cabinets in the kitchen. And man, oh man, did that take me forever to figure out. I think it took me longer to figure that out than it takes me to not only create a normal reel of that length and upload it to 2 different platforms and make sure I've got all, like, the right description and tags and, you know, scheduling and all that sort of jazz. Like, it took me longer to do that little section of those 4 videos overlapping each other than it did to do that whole process normally. So it was a lot. It was very intense. But I feel pretty proud of it. There's a little bit of glitching where you can see one of the videos stays for a second longer, and I do not know why. But at the end of the day, I'm still pretty proud of it. Like, I did some decent work there and figured out how to do it. So, you know, my editing skills are getting better. I mean, with the thumbnails, it's a lot easier because I can just cut out that section and then paste it in, and it's all good and fine and dandy. But yeah, with the video, I was very unsure how to do it. But eventually, I figured it out. But anyway, we are approaching the end of the build here. I think I just fix up some things in the kitchen. But yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, definitely make sure to subscribe. I do come out with a video pretty much every single day, just not the last couple of days of February. But yeah, until then, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.